Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here and you like my content, please click on the subscribe button just below to be informed of any new added video. We all know that the serve is the most important shot in tennis, but the return is also a big deal and is certainly the second most crucial shot in the game. Let's see how I can do a better return and put my opponent on high pressure, perhaps making winners with it. If you really want to improve your return quickly, visit my website at aitennispro.com, upload a video of your strokes, and I'll give you some detailed feedback to elevate your game. In the professional games, we can see numerous approaches in the field of tennis return. Some players aim to steal time and try to surprise their opponents by advancing in the court close to the service square and try to disorganize them, like Nick Kyrgios or Roger Federer and his famous saber shot sneak attack by Roger. Others aim to be consistent and precise and try to counterattack the server with short angles. Their return position is far from behind the baseline, like Andre Medvedev or Rafael Nadal. And some of them aim to be powerful and try to make a destructive shot by hitting the ball in front of them and minimize the angles, like Novak Djokovic or Yannick Sinner. Maybe you have already an idea of what's your future choices, depending on your temperament, your physical abilities, of course your opponent. Because after all, the most important criteria of what you should do next is how good my opponent is at serving. As soon as you can appreciate it, the options become more clear, and on that point, I see every day players reacting, playing the same way, with always the same position on the court, the same tactical intentions, no matter how big the serve is, whether it's a first or second serve. It's kind of sad, it's a waste of possibilities and opportunities. So to help you to be more efficient, aggressive and wise, I'll give you a list of what you should do to improve your return quality. First, your position on the court. If the server is very powerful and consistent on the first serve, you should stay just behind the baseline, not further. Why? Because we are not professional players, and even the best player in your club doesn't hit the ball more than 100 miles per hour. I can tell you that someone hitting a ball like a professional, like about 120 miles per hour, the sound made by the ball is like a gunshot. It's terrifying. I would say the average speed in club is more like 85-90 miles per hour for a good first serve. I know it because I have a speed check radar and I'm checking my students every year and they love it, by the way. So try not to be far from the baseline. If you are too far, it would give too much time, too much angles to your opponent and force you to have extra strength to create power and length on your ball. Don't forget, tennis is a move-forward sport. Now, if your opponent has a weak first serve, get in position just in front of the baseline and take the opportunity to control the exchange. It'll put more pressure on the server and force him to take some uncontrolled risks and push him to the fault. The more you can put pressure, the more you can add stress and self-doubting on your rival. Now for the second serve, the differences between pros and amateurs are even more clear. The professional hit his second serve around 15% slower than the first serve. The average amateur, it's more like 40%. And I'm not exaggerating, I verified this number also. Why? Because the professional takes the second serve as an opportunity to make the returner in trouble, playing on the backhand with a lot of lift. They are putting exactly the same energy than the first serve, but for something else, more secure. So they are losing a bit of speed, but not that much. On the other hand, the amateurs see the second serve has a burden, praying not to make a double fault, putting all the cursor on the minimum to be sure to hit the ball in the square. It is super sad, but it's a sad reality. So enjoy even more the possibility to be closer on your return position and be super aggressive. To see someone super close to the service line, trust me, it's a nightmare for the server. Internally, he just wants to tell you, get back, leave me alone, give me some air, please. What are you doing? It's so disrespectful. And so on. I love it. Second, choose wisely the zone where do you want to place your shot. It can be down the line or with a sharp angle to play away from your rival position. You can play also a long shot close to the baseline right in the middle. In this scenario, you can put the server in a lot of trouble because the ball is bouncing on its feet and it doesn't have time to respond properly. It's the most popular sequence in professional matches. Due to the fact that plan doesn't require a lot of risks and has a high efficiency, I recommend at minima to return this way as much as possible. It's also my usual personal choice, especially against big server. And by the way, if you have to choose by default your playstyle return, you should pick the Joko Sinner return. And M for power. I'm not saying it's the best option. It's just my personal opinion, my favorite. That's it. Third, be 100% ready. And by ready, I mean a couple of essential things, such as have your feet spread wide and your body weight on the front of your pads, your heels slightly lifted to maximize your strength, reactivity, and stability. Don't focus too much and too long on the ball before the serve. Your eyes are muscles and can be tired even before the serve. So keep them rested in looking away during the time your opponent is doing his routine. You can watch whatever that doesn't need to focus and get back to your focus 2-3 seconds just before the serve. That way your eyes will be 100% operational and respond quick with high accuracy. Make a forward split step when the server is on his trophy position is also important. In such a way, your feet can react quickly in the good direction in touching the ground when the ball is leaving the strings. It's a tremendous way to gain time and be sharper on making quick decisions. Like a routine, the preparation just before you are doing your split step is personal. You can move your left foot first, like Roger Federer, or your right foot first, depending on your dominant eye. Moving side to side like Rafael Nadal, or even then not moving at all, like Novak Djokovic. Last point, on the second serve essentially, or if the first serve is weak, use the inside-out forehand by protecting your backhand, because no matter what, the potential power of the forehand is always bigger than a backhand. And even then, if the server knows what your plan is in doing that, it's still the best option. Use and overuse it until your opponent is capable of hitting the ball on the extreme side of your forehand, forcing you to get back in neutral position. And do it again when he's trying to serve on your backhand. That was it for today. So I'm telling you, if you are properly doing these few fundamental keys to return, you can win a lot of points and make your return stroke a deadly weapon. If you want more details or explanations, post a comment below and I'll be pleased to answer. Have a good one, everyone. It was Cedde from AI Tennis Pro. See ya.